Hello, it's March 19th, and it's the spring equinox. Today's lesson is about flowers. You can hear a mourning dove in the background going, ooh, 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 ooh. Crocuses are monocots, and so they have leaves whose veins do not branch. They just go straight up and down. On the other hand, if you look at an oak leaf, the veins branch. Do you see how they are branching out? So that's one thing that separates a dicot with branched veins from a monocot with straight veins. Another thing about monocots is that their flowers typically have 6 parts, sometimes 3. Let's open up a flower and take a look. I'm going to move the camera to a place where I can use my hands better. Here's that flower we were just looking at, the crocus flower. I'm going to take the petals off one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll move them over so you can see them in the background. So there were 6 petals, just like we expected. These are the parts of the flower here in my hand, these yellow things. And this flower has male parts and female parts, girl parts and boy parts. Female is a word for girl in science, more or less. This is an anther, and it is the male part of the flower. It has the pollen. You can see that yellow pollen. If I rub it on my finger, it might come off because it comes off pretty easily. Do you see it coming off on my finger? My thumb? How many anthers are there? I'm sorry, the part is called the stamen. The part that holds the pollen up above is called the anther. 2, 3. There were 3 stamen in this crocus. And this last part that looks a little bit like a trumpet is the female part of the flower, the pistil. And the end of it, which you can see has lots of branches, opens out. That little tip, that end, is where the pollen from another flower should land. When the pollen from one flower lands on another flower, it grows down in here and fertilizes something called an ovule, which is a future seed for the plant. Sometimes plants use their own pollen to fertilize themselves, but they also receive pollen from other plants, often when it is carried to them by the wind or by bees and other pollinators. That's it for today. Remember that on the equinox, every part of planet Earth gets 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of nighttime.